Hello students, in motion part 3 first video we have seen graph and its plotting. Now we will move towards the next point, that is distance time graph. Okay, in first video I have given you the example of overs and the run and step how to draw the graph. Again I am revising. You should follow the fourth step while drawing the graph. First choose the axis, then choose the proper scale, then plot the point and then join the points. These are the four basic steps. Now dear student, what is meant by distance time graph? Okay, the nature of the motion which is drawn between the distance covered and the time taken, such a kind of graph is called distance time graph. It shows the nature of the motion which shows the distance covered and time taken, or the graph plotted between the distance covered and the time taken. Such a graph is called distance time graph. Okay, so to understand the distance time graph, we are going to take a small example. Suppose a car is moving from Akola to Nagpur. Generally a car takes, if the car is very faster, so it takes 20 minutes. Okay, 3 hours, and each 20 minutes it covers a distance of 50 kilometer. Okay, so I want to go to Akola to Nagpur. Okay, and I want to represent my whole journey in a distance time graph. How was my journey? So you can understand my journey through the graphical method. So first I will represent data in a tabular form. So in tabular form, here time, I am representing time in hours. Okay, and second I am representing distance, or here I am representing distance. Is in kilometer. Okay, I will draw. Wait, here is my distance time graph. This is a tabular form. So I have less space, that's why I am doing this thing. But you can do better in your class copy. Okay, distance time. I have different time interval. Suppose I started my journey 10 a.m. I started my journey 10 a.m. Okay, so 10 a.m. at 10 I have distance of 0 kilometer. Okay, then 10:20 I cover 50 kilometer. Then 10:40 I cover 100 kilometer. Okay, then 10:40 10:60 means 11th hour I cover 150 kilometer. Okay, then 11:20 I cover 200 kilometer, and finally last 11:40 250 kilometer. Okay, assume my journey from Akola to Nagpur, and the distance between the Akola to Nagpur is 250 kilometer, and this is my journey. I represent in a tabular form. Okay, understand. I started my journey at 10 a.m. morning. So at 10 hours 0 kilometer, 10:20 hours 50 kilometer, 10:40 hours 100 kilometer, 11 hours 150 kilometer, 11:20 hours 200 kilometer. So this is my tabular data. Okay, now represent this information in a graphical format in the form of distance and time graph. So represent my motion of my car. Okay, so first choose the axis. I am choosing the axis. See, this is my distance, this is my time, and this is my distance. Okay, so I am not writing here scale and this thing. You should understand my scale. My scale is on y-axis. I am representing the distance, and on x-axis I am representing the time. Here time in r, and here distance is in kilometer. Okay, but in exam you will write the scale also. I am not writing here the scale, that you understand in my first video. Okay, then I have 1 2 3 4 5 6. This is 1 for 50 kilometer, 2 100 kilometer, 3 150 kilometer, 4 200 kilometer, this 5 0 50 100 150 200 and 250 kilometer. And I am noting my timing also. I started 0 to first timing 10:20, second 10:40, third timing 11, fourth timing 11:20, and my fifth timing 11:40. Okay, means in each 20 minutes I covered the distance of 50 kilometer according to this information. Each 20 minutes. So 10:20 I have taken the scale. I have chosen the axis. Okay, time for x-axis, distance for y-axis. This is, you can choose first, then second, join the points. Okay, 10:20 50. Then these are my plotted points. So I am going to join this point. So this point can be joined in a straight line. You can see, dear student, this point can comes in a straight line. All the points can be joined in a straight line. Okay, straight line means I cover equal distance in equal interval of time. So dear student, this graph is also shows the uniform motion. Which motion? Uniform motion, or we can say uniform speed, or this graph we can say uniform speed. Uniform speed means if an object cover equal distance in equal interval of time, then its graph is straight line. Or if the graph is straight line, it means object is moving in the uniform speed. So distance time graph shows the speed. But how to calculate the speed through the graph? You can calculate the speed by taking any time interval. Suppose I am here 10:40, I am taking time t1, and 10:20 I am taking time t2. Okay, 10:40 t1, 10:40 t2, 11:20 t2. Understand? I take t1 10:40, 11:20 t2. Okay, again this is my distance 200, 11:40, and this is my distance 100. Okay. So I have some idea here. My distance 1 is what? 100 kilometer. My distance 2 is 200 kilometer. Okay, my time 1 is what? 10:40. And what is my time 2? My time 2 is 11:20. So dear student, what is my speed? Speed is always distance upon time. So here my speed is between which time interval? This T1 T2 means this is T1 and this is my T2. So I am drawing the straight line between. This is my T1, this is my T2, and this is my D1 and this is my D2. I am marking here point. Here is my point A, here is point B, here is C. Okay, and this is the slope of my speed between this time interval, whatever the time interval I have chosen here. So speed is equal to D2 minus D1 upon T2 minus T1, means simply distance upon time. We know that D2 minus D1 means 200 minus 100, that is, and T2 minus T1 means then 11:20 minus 10:40. So what is the time interval between 11:20 and 10:40? That you should know. Then 11:20, here 20 minutes, here 10:40, 20 less, means total timing is of 40 minutes. Okay, then you should convert this time into hour and then you can easily calculate the speed of an object. Now you see here one slope is given. This is an angle. This is an angle. This time and it shows the distance. So this is a inclined line, or we can say the speed is increasing. So here the slope of this line is AB upon BC. AB upon BC is the ratio or the slope of line. So dear student, you should understand the slope of line also in the distance time graph. If slope inclination is increasing, it means the speed is increasing. If slope inclination is decreasing, it means the speed is decreasing with the time. Okay, if the slope is parallel to this time axis, it means the speed is constant or the speed is 0. Are you getting my point? We can say constant speed. Okay, this is a uniform speed graph, but speed is 0 if the slope is parallel to this time axis. Okay, so in this way you can understand the uniform motion through the distance time graph. So distance time graph gives you idea about the motion. Which kind of motion? Either the motion is uniform or motion is non-uniform. You can also understand the slope of this speed. This is the inclination from this point to this point. Okay, if the inclination increases, it means the speed increases. Inclination decreases, it means the speed is decreases. If the inclination is parallel to this time axis, it means the speed is 0. Are you getting my point, dear student? Okay, now this distance time graph for the uniform speed. Uniform speed means which speed? If object covers equal distance in equal interval of time, such a speed is called uniform speed. If the speed is uniform, the graph is straight line, it is fixed. Or vice versa, we can say. If the graph is straight line, it means the speed is uniform. But dear student, you must note this point. The graph which shows straight line, it does not mean the object moving in a straight line. It represents in the graph as a straight line. It does not mean from Akula to Nagpur is a straight line highway. That you should not consider. It does not happen that if the road is not straight and we cannot represent line in a straight. No, we can represent uniform speed in a straight line, but we cannot say that the road is a straight line and object is moving from Akola to Nagpur straight. No, route may be direction changing or somewhat, but speed is constant. Speed is uniform. So what is mean by uniform speed? Object cover equal distance in equal interval of time. Such a speed is called uniform speed, and the graph of uniform speed is straight line. If the graph is straight line, it means the speed is uniform, and by using this distance time graph you can find the speed at any time interval. If you are going to find the speed here, you can calculate. I have very less space. By subtracting the time, first you should convert this time. Even you can find kilometer minute, or you can find kilometer hour by changing this time. Distance is already given here in the kilometer. Now dear student, let us move towards the next. Same distance time graph, but the speed is this non-uniform. Non-uniform means, let us consider the same example. Okay. Same example I am taking here for the distance time graph for the non-uniform speed. Non-uniform means, uniform means object cover equal distance in equal interval of time. So let us understand the distance time graph through the understand distance time graph with the non-uniform speed. Distance time graph means what? It is a representation of the motion or the moving body which covers distance in a given time. Okay, so that shows the speed. Again I am changing some values here. For representing first 20 minutes it cover 50 kilometer, then in next 20 minutes it cover 80 kilometer, here it cover 100 kilometer, here it cover 200 kilometer. Okay dear student, I have changed the values here. Okay, 0 to 10 am 0 kilometer, 10:20 50 kilometer, 10:40 80 kilometer, then 100 kilometer, then 11:20 200 kilometer. I have changed some values here for representing the uniform motion. Same I am trying to draw the diagram with the freehand here. Dear students, see, this is my y-axis, this is my x-axis. Okay, this is my y, this is my x-axis. It shows time, it shows distance. Okay, same I have the maximum distance. I am plotting each and every point here. First 50 kilometer, second point on y-axis 1 kilometer 1 centimeter is equal to 50 kilometer. Okay, in the second 80 kilometer. So here 50 kilometer. Okay, 80. Here I am showing 100. Here 150. Here 200. My graph is same, 0. Okay, here 10, 20, 10, 40, 11, 11, 20, and last one 11, 40. 10, 20, 10, 40. Okay, here is the 11, 11, 20, 11, 40. 50 kilometer, 100 kilometer, 150 according to this data. I am trying to draw the graph again, distance time graph. So distance 0 kilometer 10. Okay, that position 0 10. This position 0 10. Then 10 20. 10 20 it is a 50 kilometer. So this is my first line. I am writing this side 50 kilometer. So this is my 10. This is my 10. first point. Okay, second point, 10, 40, 80 kilometer. 80 means less than 100. See, 10, 40, 80 kilometer. So less than 100. I have taken here less than 100. 11, 100 kilometer. Then again, this is my third point, 1100 kilometer. Then 1120, 200. My graph is 1120, so need not to take the 1140 x-axis. So 1120, 200 kilometer. 1120. This is my fourth point. Dear student, graph. This is which speed? Non-uniform speed. This graph is called non-uniform motion. Uniform motion. I think you better understand graph through the same example, non-uniform motion. Here, object cover unequal distance. How much distance? Unequal distance in equal interval of time. Such a motion is called non-uniform motion, or we can say it is a non-uniform speed. Non-uniform speed. The graph is curve. Here the graph is not straight line. Due to curve graph, it is very difficult to find its slope. Okay, but in straight line easily find the slope. So due to curve nature, we cannot find its slope. Okay, but you should understand this unequal distance in equal interval of time. See how unequal? First 20 minutes 50 kilometer, next 20 minutes 30 kilometer, 80. See, here is a 80. Then next 20 minutes 20 kilometer, graph reached to 100. Then next 20 minutes it reached to 100 kilometer. Means unequal distance, but the time interval is equal. Such a motion is called non-uniform motion, and such a speed is called non-uniform speed. And non-uniform speed also plotted between the distance time graph. So dear student, I hope that you understand the distance time graph. Distance time graph shows the moving object or shows the speed. It shows two kinds of speed: uniform speed, non-uniform speed, or we can say uniform motion, non-uniform motion. Uniform means object cover equal distance in equal interval of time. Non-uniform means if object cover unequal distance in equal interval of time. Okay, dear student, you should try to draw this graph in your class copy. Okay, and next video we will see the displacement time, speed time, and velocity time. And this is a second video based on the motion part 3. I think you better understand distance time for the uniform speed and for the non-uniform speed with the same kind of example. And you understand that if the graph is straight line, it does not mean the object is moving in a straight line. Object having so many turns also, but either speed is constant. Thank you very much. By using this graph, you will try to solve the assessment in a better way. Okay, once again, thank you very much.